and today we have a kanji recap, 10 kanjis with the radical heart. The kanji for heart came from the anatomical shape of the chambers of a heart. Later, an artery was added. The kanji for heart can also act as a radical, and it exists in two different versions. The first version keeps the same shape, and it is usually found on the bottom. We see it in the words forget, fear, and thank. The second version shows a simplified heart, and it is found on the left-hand side of the kanji. Some examples are busy, cheerful, and worry. Fun fact! Even though the original kanji for heart came from the anatomical shape, it does not refer to the organ. The word kokoro refers to the emotional side of a heart. The word shinso, on the other hand, is the heart organ. The only kun reading is kokoro, which once again, it means heart. As for the on reading, it is shin. The examples are kanshin or concern and chushin or core. Please do not confuse the kanji of heart with the kanji of certain, although the kanji for certain does certainly have the heart radical in it. This kanji has 4 strokes and it is a JLPT N4 level, perfect kanji to dedicate during Valentine's Day or a romantic moment. Let's get ready for a very heartfelt story. This kanji consists of 2 main components. The bottom is a heart, and it is also the radical for this kanji. Now, let's look at the top, which means wrong or no. But where did it come from? It resembled wings that were unable to fly. Putting these 2 parts together, this kanji suggests a heart that wants to escape, but is weighed down by sadness. Fun fact, remember the wings? That part of the kanji also acts as your phonetic character, which is where the reading he comes from. Kun reading is kana. The adjective is kanashi, which is sad or miserable. Here we have kanashi hon or sad book. The on reading is hi. The example is higeki or tragedy. Here we have onnatashi no higeki or women's tragedy. Do not confuse. Those wings in sadness appear in several kanji with negative connotations, as it is in the case for the kanji of crime. So remember that most emotions have a heart in it. This kanji has 12 strokes and it is a JLPT N3 level. I'm glad we don't have to learn about sadness early on in JLPT. Let's explore the kanji of a feeling that I'm sure all of us have felt in our lives before, the kanji shame. Now, this kanji is quite insightful and it combines 2 parts. On the left, we have ear and on the right, we have heart. So, what does ear on heart have to do with shame? Well, think about it. Shame often involves feelings exposed, as if everyone is hearing about something you'd rather keep private. It's a feeling that resonates deep within your heart or mind. Kun reading is ha. The example is hasukashi or embarrassing. The sentence is eigo no supeiro o mashigaete hasukashi. It is embarrassing to mistake English spelling. Fun fact, the concept kao o tateru or saving face is closely linked to the kanji shame. While the feeling of shame is universal, in Japan there is often a strong emphasis on avoiding bringing shame upon oneself, one's family, or one's group. The on reading is chi. The examples are muchi, shameless, or chiyoku, disgrace. Do not confuse shame with take. Both have the ear on the left, but as you can see, the right is different. Since shame is a feeling, you can remember that it has the heart, while take has a hand. This kanji has 10 strokes, and although shame is a big thing in Japan, no need to feel it when you're speaking Japanese. Usually, they get very surprised when they find others learning their language. Are you feeling worried about all the kanjis you need to learn? Well, then that means it is time to learn the kanji for worry. Yes, that's right. One more to add to the list. Let's start by looking at the left-hand side. That originally it was a woman, and eventually it turned into the heart radical. Do you recall the video for the brain kanji? If you do, the story is pretty similar. The top was hair that became the katakana tsu, while the bottom was a baby's fontanelle that became an adult's skull. Putting this together, a worry was about something uneasy in your heart that allows your mind to dwell on difficulty. The kun reading is naya. The example is nayami or trouble, worry. The sentence is onayami kaiketsu shito. Sheets for trouble settlements. Fun fact, the word nayamu, which uses today's kanji, means to be troubled, but so does komaru. So, what's the difference? Nayamu is all about inner distress, while komaru is about being in a difficult situation. The on reading is no. The examples are kuno or worry and noran or anguish. Do not confuse worry with brain. Worry has the heart radical, while brain has the flesh radical. This kanji has 10 strokes. Have you been worried about your Japanese studies? Or maybe not feeling like making progress? Well, I can tell you we all have been there. Do you keep on forgetting each new kanji you learn? If so, then this is the kanji for you, the kanji forget, which I hope this kanji sticks. Let's look at how this kanji is divided. First, the bottom is the radical for heart. Very simple and beautiful. The top as a kanji means disease, but when found in other kanjis, it gives the meaning of disappear or lose. Now, what happens when you forget? Something disappears from your mind or heart in this case. Fun fact, the kanji forget goes together with another kanji of similar etymological roots, and that is the kanji busy. As you can see, both have heart and disappear composition. What a clever way to use these elements. The kun reading is wasu. The example is wasureru, or to forget. The sentence is yana koto o wasureru chuishi no hoho. 11 ways to forget the things that bother you. The on reading is bo. The examples are boukyaku, lapse of memory, and boushitsu, lose, forget. Do not confuse forget with delusion. Main difference lies in that forget has the heart on the bottom, while can you guess what delusion has? A woman. I wonder why. This kanji has 7 strokes. Now, this kanji has helped you in having a new definition for both the forgetting something and becoming busy. 2 in 1. What if I told you that the secret to patience is hiding in the same kanji used in ninja? Today's kanji is endurance, and it is loaded with meaning, with a shape that tells you the whole story. Look closely. The top part is a blade or the sharp edge of a sword. The bottom is heart or mind radical, representing inner feelings and thoughts. The powerful image behind endurance is a sharp blade placed directly above the heart. This visually represents the immense self-control and endurance required to bear hardship, pain, or conceal one's true feelings. Fun fact! The kanji endurance is absolutely central to the image and philosophy of the ninja. Their ability to endure harsh conditions, conceal their presence, and act with silent precision is perfectly encapsulated by this single kanji. The kun reading is shino. The example is shinobu or to endure. The sentence is shinobu dokoro ka abareruse. Instead of enduring, I'll go wild. The on reading is nin. The examples are nintai, endurance, and ninja or ninja. Best way to remember this kanji? Just try to picture yourself with a sharp blade hanging above your heart. You must stay calm, steady, and unmoving. That control is endurance. Your heart pounds, heat rises to your face, and in your mind, A slave refuses to obey. This is not peace. This is anger. Let's break it down. The bottom part is the heart or mind radical, which clearly indicates this is an emotional kanji. The top element has the meaning of a slave or servant. So the original idea behind the angry kanji was a powerful image, the feeling in one's heart of being suppressed or enslaved. This perfectly captures the resentment, frustration, and powerlessness that can lead to anger. Fun fact, here we have ikaru versus okoru. While both are written with the same kanji, the reading okoru often implies a more sudden outburst, while ikaru can suggest a deeper, more sustained anger. The kun readings are oko and ika. The examples are okoru, or to get angry, and ikari, rage. The on reading is do. The example is donaru, or to yell. The sentence is donaru wa hansai, is yelling a crime? Do not confuse angry with diligent. As you can see, the radical is the key. Angry has a heart, while diligent has a strength. So the next time you feel anger, remember the heart chained by injustice, because when the heart becomes a slave, anger demands its freedom. Now, I got a challenge for you. What is the meaning of this word? Type it in the comments. The kanji thank is divided into two parts. The top was a baby's fontanelle viewed from above. The bottom was a heart. A brain and a heart meant to thank. Be aware, the original kanji for thank was corrupted and looks like it originated from rice field, but they are unrelated. Important fact, there are two main kanjis that mean to thank. The one we're learning today is more cognitive, as in, I think this is a good question. The second one you see here is more emotional, as in, I think about you all the time. The kun reading is omo. The examples are omo, to thank, and omoi, thought. The on reading is shi. The examples are ishi, intention, and shiso, or consideration. Do not confuse the kanji for thank with the kanji blessing. Thank must remind you of the brain and the heart. This kanji has 9 strokes and it is a JLPT M4 level because you probably had a lot of thinking while watching this video. The kanji that we know today for love was actually corrupted from the original form. The original kanji was divided into 3 parts. The top was an open mouth, the middle was a heart, the bottom was a foot. One theory says that these 3 elements together gave the meaning of someone painting with heart filled of emotions. Fun fact, there are 2 kanjis that mean love. The one we're learning today is more of a romantic type of love, or we can call it true love. The second one is koi. This is more of a passionate love, or more in terms of lust. The kun reading is ito, as in itoshi, or lovely. The on reading is ai. The example is aijo, to mean love or affection. Here we have the Japanese drama Tokyo Aijo Koji, or Tokyo Love Story. Do not confuse the kanji love with the kanji accept. There are 2 main differences. Love has a heart and a foot. Accept doesn't have a heart and has a hand. This kanji has 13 strokes and it is a JLPT N3 level, and it is a great kanji to dedicate to your true love. Imagine standing in the dark woods at night. Every sound feels louder, every shadow feels alive. That sinking, chilling feeling in your chest, that is exactly what today's kanji captures: fear and dread. This kanji can be divided into 2 parts. The bottom, what you see is a heart, because fear always begins in the heart. The top has an original meaning in Chinese of solid. The combination is quite powerful. This kanji beautifully captures the feeling for the state of inner tension and immobility caused by fear or dread. Fun fact, today's kanji can be found in the word gyoshuku to mean being grateful. By using a word that literally implies fear or awe, you're showing a deep sense of humility and gratitude for someone's effort on your behalf. The kun reading is oso. The example is osoroshii or dreadful. The sentence is neburenu yoru no osoroshii hanashi. Scary stories for sleepless nights. The on reading is kyo. The examples are kyoko or panic and kyokatsu or blackmail. Do not confuse dread with angry. Just a quick reminder that angry is a slave plus heart. Dread is the heart going solid. So next time you feel your heart race at the unknown, remember that moment of trembling awe is written right here in the word osoroshii. Now I got a challenge for you. What is the meaning of this word? Type it in the comments. And that is our courageous exploration of the kanji dread. We hope you found it a fearlessly insightful learning experience. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Yay!